big gaping hole.
Yummy. And then by then the whole thing will be nice and hot. And a gold pimp bus. Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Right, hello. Gonna make a start on the Escort today. Hopefully gonna do as much recording as I can. Mike will work his magic and splice it into a video. Yeah, here it is. It's about to get it on the ramp, start stripping it down for all the new work. I mean, I was hoping to finish a lot of my work I had booked in before I made a start on it, but at the end of the day, I've promised people parts off of the car, and they've been waiting months, and people have been waiting months for inlet manifolds, and basically everyone's been waiting for months, and I've been waiting for years to actually do some decent work on this. So yeah, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, today I need to strip it down, need to get the inlet manifold off, which I've sold. I need to trial fit my new inlet manifold, which is over in this box over here. Yes, make sure that fits, because I need to weld that up so I can drill the injector bosses. Also as well, this has been a big problem, this whole radiator situation. Yeah, so yeah, that's going in the bin. I'm gonna make a new radiator for it. Yummy. I've got a 60mm core, radiator core on order. I'm gonna remake this. I'm gonna move it forward slightly, which should allow hopefully 2 fans on the back, because the actuator on the Evo setup is always in the way. I'll try and get a torch and show you. So you sort of look probably down there. So yeah, that actuator arm always in the way. So yeah, I'm going to move it forward slightly, hopefully fit 2 fans on there. I've got this monster 10-inch high power Revotech fan. I'm going to move that along to the end and hopefully fit this little 8-inch fan I bought off eBay, which is a proper Craig David 8-inch fan, which flows some decent air, a lot better than crappy eBay specials. So yeah, hopefully combined there'll be enough. Fingers crossed. Which hopefully won't be covered in extra welds and JB weld and Araldite, and hopefully won't leak. And then the Homage has also been sold. Somebody's waiting for that, so that's all going to go. Hopefully in a couple of weeks over August bank holiday weekend, I'm going to have a good hit on the loom for the new Max ECU. Fingers crossed, at some point in the very near future, I'll be able to drive this thing back out. Stay tuned. This is it. This is still sort of dual plenum design, like my current one. But yeah, this is the LPS Fab 2-piece formed runners, formed base plate, which you can kind of see in there. Really nice Dan ST machined, CNC machined base plate. So yeah, all in all, I think it's gonna be nice. Hopefully it fits. Also got my new catch can, which I've made a while ago, which I really want to get on as well, because I sort of bought a bead roller just to do this. It's got a proper K&N filter, internally baffled, nice Torx, extended 10AN fittings. Yeah, it's going to be nice. So yeah, lots of new parts. Just need to start getting it. think that it's going to fit very well. Plenty of clearance, luckily, on the bottle still. Fuel pressure regulator, but that's moving and going anyway. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Oh yeah. Like a glove. Also as well, to go with this new inlet manifold, I've got this new drive-by-wire throttle body. Now it may say Focus ST on it, but it's actually the Porsche 70mm. So yeah, I'll let you into a little secret. Anybody that's selling a direct fit Focus ST 225 throttle body, 70mm, it's just a Porsche one. Obviously somebody broke this, didn't realise, stuck it on eBay, I got it for half the price of a Porsche one. So yeah, well happy about that. But yeah, so this is going to be mounted on here, like that, with all the gubbins facing forward, because I want everyone to know I'm in business. The other little thing I'm doing as well, these are Toyota Yaris coils. I've run them for a long time, had really good results with them. But I'm actually going to sack these off because I want to use the VVT, and if you can see there, I'll never get a VVT solenoid in with this setup. Me and Mike developed a VVT friendly setup a while ago where the sort of the plugs come down here. It was still a bit clutch, you know, they worked, but they were a little bit messy. But I have seen since a fella called Matt on Instagram, I can't remember his exact name, it's like Mad Matt RS, I feel a little bit bad. He's got into CNC machining, and he does a plate that bolts onto these fixtures here, so sits the plate a little bit higher using K20 coils, and they clear the solenoid and it looks a lot tidier. So I'm actually going to go with that. A little bit pricey, but you know, they are pretty tidy. So yeah, I'm going to treat myself to one of them. So now's the time to do it and just future proof it, and that's what this car is all about. So yeah, next job's taking the Homage out. It's really weird to think that this is going to be the last time I plug into this ECU on my car. Yeah, just clear this urgent notice that says my laptop's going to explode. So yeah, I'm just getting this set up for Ollie. Oh yeah, help if I actually turn the ignition on. Oh God, what's going wrong here? There we go, we're loading. So yeah, just literally going to rescale the map quickly. Just show you roughly how to do that. I'm going to scale it for 440cc injectors, so hopefully Ollie won't actually need me when he comes to fire it up. He should just be able to plug everything in, and it should just work. So we're going to have to map in. Click on the fuel table. We want to map functions. So on the rescale fuel map. No, we don't. We want to change injectors and pressures. So all the injectors are rated at 650 cc at 3 bar. New injectors are 440 cc at 3 bar, and just like that. It's a totally changed fuel map. Okay. Yes, I know. Oh, fuck, what have we done wrong here? Let's go back one. Right, okay, so that is the rescaled fuel map. So if you kind of see there, flicking between the numbers, it's just added a lot more fuel basically in a percentage. And hopefully Ollie shouldn't have any problems. Bye bye Omex. So I'm sort of done for the evening tonight. This is where I've got to. So that's the bundle of Homage loom that Ollie's got to try and figure out. I've got this bundle down here of like standard loom. I'm going to try and sort all of that out at some point because I really want to sort of clear the inner wings. I don't have much choice on this washer pipe. I'm going to try and run this on the inside. Same with this indicator wire, and then hopefully that'll be no wires there. This side's going to be a little bit more complicated. I have to figure out how to reroute all of that, but it's only really the light loom, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So yeah, inlet's gone, throttle cable's out, fuel pressure regulator's gone, catch can's gone. So yeah, no going back now. Everything is apart, and so yeah, stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm going to come in, I'm going to weld up the inlet, probably strip a bit more, try and get the loom out entirely. I've got to get some of the dash out, so I can actually install the new ECU and really tidily behind that. Good morning, so back at work again today. I'm going to get the inlet manifold welded up, get that ready for the injector bosses, possibly pull the rest of the loom out. Just dangleberries of Homage 600 loom, get that ready for Ollie.
But I just thought I'd quickly do a little update on the Sierra as well, which is sitting over here. So I've been using this for like the past couple of weeks where the Escort's had its radiator issues. I thought I'd treat it to a couple of little things. It's one thing I've always sort of wanted to do with this car since I got it was you can get a Weber 3234 DTM DMTL carburetor conversion for it. I treated it to one of them, so if you have a look underneath there, see this lovely brand new shiny Weber carburetor which has absolutely transformed it, to be honest with you. If you have a look in here as well, in my drilled airbox is a nice new K&N panel filter, and together, to be honest with you, it has made an absolute massive difference and goes a lot better. The other thing we're going to do, get rid of all of this distributor cap and leads, and over here I have a coil pack mounted and an ESC module. So the other day I built a loom, which is over here on the floor somewhere. So yeah, this is my my sort of trimmed, extended ESC loom. So this is the, I'm not sure exactly which one this is, I think this is a later Fiesta one. So you've got the water temp sensor and the air temp sensor, coil pack connector, crank sensor connector, and then these just need to go in the car for live earths, and hopefully this green one is a tacho driver, but we'll find out, we'll work that out later. Oh yeah, and it's got a little vacuum line on it as well, so that it properly responds to the actual manifold pressure or vacuum. It should be hopefully easily as good as this little ignition box it's got here, little ignition ECU, which runs the same kind of thing. So yeah, the only thing I had to do is on the 1800 CVH, this is where the crankshaft sensor is, and I didn't realise that this sensor has a different polarity to our standard ZTEC sensors, and the same as the actual car that come out in. So I've tried to get that running before and never managed to get this fire up properly. So one day, the other day, I kind of thought to myself, oh, maybe it's the polarity of the sensor. I don't know why I thought that. Swapped the wires over, plugged it all in, boom, fired straight up. Just got a couple of little jobs to do left to actually get that on, and then this will be sort of all ready to be an awesome daily on a coil pack and a new carburetor. Yeah, still running the 17s pretty low with the little city tyres. Not too fast, just cruise around low and slow in a gold pimp bus. So this is my inlet, and it's sort of more broken down form. Here's the cone or feeder plenum. 3-inch tube that's been cut, sectioned, sort of formed back together, slightly reshaped. My throttle body flange that I machined from a 15mm thick bit of alley. So instead of trying to have to weld to a flange, I've now got a stub to weld to, which will reduce warping and just generally hopefully make the whole process a bit easier, even if machining the flange took me hours. This is the plenum, so this is the slot. Once that's on like that, you'll see the slot. It's kind of like that. I've edged it over slightly, just to try and get a bit more flow to cylinder 1. And kind of like take away from cylinder 4, but it'll be alright, it'll be fine. But I mean, they're all welded on the inside as well, so it's not like it's going to go anywhere. And then this is the main parts. This is CNC, 2-piece runners, again from the bottom through the join. And if you look down, big monster ports. Gonna flow all of the air. So yeah, the plan is today to get this welded up so it's ready for me to then drill the injector bosses. And it's a lot easier to do that after it's been welded. Well, it's not easier, it'd be easier to drill them beforehand, but with the welding, I did weld one up like this, and then sort of, as you can see how close it is, so the weld just sort of like dropped down in the injector bore, which isn't a massive problem, but yeah, it just means like this, I can just do a big fat bead, not worry about that. I can just drill through the welds later. Yeah, just make a good inlet manifold. Oh yeah. With the welding, with stuff like this, I like to plan my welding really well. So that way, when I weld it, I sort of weld over a lot of the stops and the starts, so you don't end up with like stops and starts everywhere that just sort of make things look a bit messy. Now, I'm not pretending to be like the best welder in the world, I'm not pretending to be the best fabricator in the world, but it's one thing that I've always done, and I like doing it, and I feel it just
makes everything a bit neater. So what I'll do with this, the plan is I'll weld these welds first. I'll probably weld the back 4. That should then give me enough practice that I can actually lay some really nice beads, and I'll weld the front 4. Then I'll go round the tops. I'll start at the back and go round. That will then hide the stops that I've come up there with, and I'll do all 4 of them. So then all I'll have is stops at the back, and then by then the whole thing will be nice and hot. This thick flange will be nice and hot because I've only got 200 amp welder, so I'll have plenty of preheat in this. I'll then be able to start here, weld around the bottoms, again keep all the stops at the back, just like that. I'll have a welded up inlet manifold. I'm expecting the top to warp a bit as well because it's only 3mm. Hopefully the bottom will stay nice and straight and it will just sort of pull the top around, and then we'll just straighten that back out again. It's just going to give everything a good wipe down with acetone. Some nice clean white tissue paper. I mean, I cleaned this before I assembled it, and it's only sort of sat in a box, but you can see aluminium just seems to attract dirt. It is never clean. If you'll notice, I've actually got this bolted to a head now. And I know I spoke about already having to get this hot because my welder only had 200 amps, and you're probably thinking, it's bolted to the biggest heatsink in the universe. Yes, it is, but the struggle of trying to get everything hot enough to weld is nothing in comparison to the struggle of trying to straighten this flange out when it warps like a banana, when you don't bolt it down when you weld it. Turn the water cooler off quickly. So yeah, first weld, pretty good. A little fart at the end, it happens. Look down there, hard to sort of see. Really good penetration all the way down, which is what I was after. So yeah, solid. Let's get the rest done. That's what you get for not tacking stuff up properly. Load more tacks, hopefully you won't have another problem. Four done. I'd be quite happy if they were the front ones. So in typical welding fashion, the rears probably come out nicer than the fronts. I think it's all just getting a little bit too hot, but you know, we've got good, solid, you can't really see it too well, good solid penetration. So yeah, it's going to weld up, I'm actually going to weld up the flange now and then weld up the last bits after, because it's just a bit awkward to weld these bits up whilst attached to the head, but it's plenty hot enough. So I've just finished welding. Pretty hot and sweaty in here. I'll just show you, see how we got on. So yeah, here we go. So as you can see, do a little bit light, so like that. You know, if the injector boss had been there, definitely would have run into them. But hard to see because it's a bit shiny. So you know, it's just better like this. Still got to weld the top round. All around the bottom, and miraculously hold straight edge on it. It's actually straight, yeah. It is still pretty flat. Nothing I can't pull out with the belt sander. I'm going to let it cool down, and I'm going to weld these tops just because it's getting a little bit on the toasty side. Are you ready for this? This is classic Mike FPE style bag. Rat's nest. Bag of bastards. Booyah. Every single bit of dodgy wiring I've done over the years. Add in the ECU and everything else. So hopefully I'm going to tidy all of this up. Bosh, just like that. All gone, all ready for the new ECU. Still got all of this to sort out. Stereo wiring and AFR gauge wiring and blah 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 blah. Easy in comparison. I'm actually going to try and do it neatly this time. So that's the car all cleared out. All Homage is all out, all ready for Ollie to go. So this is, yeah, there's no real going back now. This is all going, so I am committed to the Max. The new Max race I've got. You can just see how much has been added to this loom over the years. Max center and stuff in there ready for him. All empty under here. Got a couple of bits and pieces to sort out. I'm gonna pack this up. I'm gonna weld that up, and then I'm done. Now for these bits. So to the untrained eye, getting around into these little gaps might look like an absolute pain in the arse. Well, I assure you, it will be an absolute pain in the arse. I think I'm going to end up propping it up like this. Sort of coming around as far as possible. And then going back down from the other side. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. This is one done. Probably one of the easier ones. Yeah, a little bubble there, I've got to sort that out. Little bubble in there. A little bit annoying, but it's all a learning curve. And just like that. All done. Didn't come out too badly. A couple of bits I had to fill, but generally this is what I mean by the stops and the starts. All at the back. Yeah, sort of like they welded alright around the edges as well. It's alright. And looking down here as well, it's also welded all the way around. Just went down a little bit. All that will all be ground out anyway and all ported smooth. And it's just to do it for extra strength. So yeah. So that's it, done. This is probably the end of the first instalment. Might be a first video, not really sure what Mike's going to do with it yet or what we're going to do with it, just go with it really. So yeah, car's still on the ramp, bay's empty, box of ECU for Ollie, and yeah, that's it. So see you later. Ha ha ha!